Okay, let's hope. Um, Neil, can you still hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, it's very crackly, but I can hear you. That's
Oh,
good. That's a
thank
good
you.
start, isn't it?
It's better than it was well, you might not be saying that at the end of the night, but it's okay just now. So I've had an interesting read, Neil, and what
Okay.
I found about your Haunted Antiques Paranormal Research Centre has really left me like going, wow, because I've always wondered about antiques and what people do with them and things like that. But anyway, I'm just waiting on people coming back in.
Yeah.
Ames is asking how you got started, Neil. But before we go
Yeah.
into that, I just want you to yourself.
Okay. I'm Neil Packer, and I own the Haunted Antiques Paranormal Research Centre. We're in Hinckley, in Leicestershire. The centre's been open about 4.5 years, and it's a unique location. That's all I can say really about the centre.
So my name's Wendy, and I'm part of Lincolnshire Spirit Seekers. Good evening, Rachel. Well, at least you can hear me a little bit. So obviously you're holding a parameet at Bosworth Hall on Saturday.
Yep.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we started the parameets at the centre a few years ago, but before the lockdowns, where we invited smaller teams to come and meet each other so they can get to make new friends, that sort of thing. So we were asked to do it a bit bigger, which is what we're doing at the Bosworth Hall on this Saturday. So we've got 9 guest speakers, from Richard Felix to Paul Goddard, Neil Story, Hazel Ford, to do talks on different subjects. And we've got lots of stalls. Teams can have a stall as well to show their evidence, that sort of thing. And it's just a chance to meet like-minded people in the paranormal field, have a laugh. It's been a hard
Yeah,
2 years. We just want to have a laugh, and it's open to the general public as well, so they can come in and meet different teams as well. So hopefully, we're
that's
going to get a lot of
fantastic.
people through the door.
It's fantastic because you'll hopefully get new people because I feel that the paranormal field as well as the spiritual field are all taken off, and it's a great way to show other teams that para unity does work.
Yeah.
And I think it's the way ahead, really, is para unity. So, with your Haunted Antique Centre, how did it all begin?
The centre started when I used to co-own a venue group where we took guests to different locations. I decided that's not really what I wanted to do. I did want to do more research. So I chose haunted objects, and I thought antiques would be cherished items. So if anything would hold on to spirit energy, would be antiques. So that's where it all started, really. It's
Wow.
been growing. It's been growing for about 5 years now.
So, do people bring things to you, like say haunted dolls or things like that? Yeah,
Well, yeah, the majority of items in the centre are items that we've been drawn to, so we bought. But as the centre grows in popularity, I do find quite a few people now send me haunted items because they don't want it in the house. They do tend to be haunted dolls. I don't know why.
I was going to
Uh,
ask that question actually. Did you know why?
I, unfortunately, a lot of people tend to watch the Hollywood movies and the paranormal shows on TV, and
Yeah,
they, if they're having some weird things happening in the house, and they can put it down to this haunted doll. I imagine majority of the time, once Jane is the medium of the centre, the way we work it is when an item comes to the centre, Jane will do some work with it, and then we'll do a work with the team as well. So
Yeah.
quite often there'll be nothing attached to the doll.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people tend to think it's something negative as well because again they watch the Hollywood
They
films.
watch, and it's all
Um,
demon.
oh, it's all demon. And it's not. 9 times out of 10, probably it's nothing to do with the doll. There might be energy around the doll, for example. It's not always dolls, but we're focused on dolls. There could be energy around it, but there's nothing evil about it. There's nothing to worry about. But then we will have anything at the centre anyway. So
Yeah. So how much do you think you have got in the way of haunted items in your
what
antiques?
the number?
Yeah.
It runs into the. We don't claim because we're different to a lot of haunted museums, which seem to be springing up all around the country now. And we don't claim that anything's haunted. It's not for what we think about it. It's what the teams come in, what they say about it, and whatever they tell me, we document, and we document what we've picked up against it.
Yeah.
So that's the research bit. There's hundreds of items in the centre. Like
Rachel's
I say,
ask, sorry.
we
Rachel's
don't.
asking
Oh,
about your items. Do they have documentation or where they came from and who owned
um,
them?
yeah, some have come with documentation. Some have come with videos of K2s fluctuating, that sort of thing. So we record that, but we like to do our own research on it as well. So we know what we pick up from it. So that's where we start our work.
Yeah. Because I've always been able to, because I'm a medium, I've always been able to pick things up when I've gone into a room or picked up someone's ring and things like that.
Mhm.
So it's, I suppose it's all about the energy. But like you were saying about all these places that are popping up, they put them behind a glass
Yeah,
encasement, so no one's getting to. They could basically say it's haunted, and it's not
yeah,
because you
yeah. That's
can't get
again.
to it.
Again, that's where the centre is different. We don't put stuff behind glass. There's only 3 items behind glass. Not because they're evil or anything. It's because, for example, there's a doll behind the glass. It's the old lady in spirit who sits in the rocking chair near the doll has asked us not to let people play with it. So out of respect to her, we keep that doll
Yeah,
under glass. So when you come to the centre to investigate, you're allowed to sit in the rocking chair. You're allowed to sit in the wheelchair. You're allowed to pick up items if you want to. So I think that's where we're different to other places.
yeah. So, as we were talking before we went live, um, you actually hire out your venue to
Yeah.
paranormal teams. Do you get quite a lot of interest
Oh yeah.
with this?
Yeah, we've been open 4.5 years, and we don't have many Fridays and Saturdays free throughout the year. We only hire out Fridays and Saturdays and some Sundays. Mainly because I don't want to be here every night. I do like to be at home as well. So plus
Yeah,
we do our own nights as well, and we have our own guests as well. Sometimes throughout the year, but we also want to do our own work as well. So at least every other Sunday, me and my team are up here doing our research into a particular subject
it
as well.
sounds
So
amazing. So,
thank you.
what sort of investigations do you do on the items?
Yeah, what we tend to do is let Jane pick up. Jane is the medium of the centre. See what she picks up, and then we can do dowsing rods or pendulums to get answers, that sort of thing, or whatever piece of equipment we have in our arsenal, we will use and document what works best with each item, that sort of thing.
Now, I know you've been featured on ITVs this morning, so
Yep.
that's what the real investigative journalists do, because I am not one of those. So I noticed that you do an escape room as well.
Yeah.
So is that to do with the paranormal, or is it just a straightforward escape room?
No, it's not a straightforward escape room. We got 3 rooms, which are the darkest side of the centre split into the light side of the paranormal and the dark side. So any item with remotely negative energy around goes into the far into the attic of the centre, and that's the main room of the escape room. So the escape room is actually called the Devil's Den,
I'd love to go.
and it's focused around the paranormal. You know, we have audio playing, and we've got the items in there that people can. I've got to put up with as well. So plus it's a very haunted room, so the contestants have to put up with that as well. So it's an interesting. I enjoy watching them, I must admit.
And how many times have you had someone run away
Over the
or
years,
absolutely freak out in the room?
yeah, we've had quite a few people leave halfway through the investigation. Actually, we've had quite a few people being affected by certain spirits. To me, I find that interesting. Why the centre affects some people but not others. So that to me, that's interesting.
Have you been affected by any of your items?
I don't think I've been affected. I don't like locking up on my own. I must admit, we don't. Since we expanded, I insist on 2 team members whenever teams are here because it's not very nice locking up on your own. So
No.
I don't think I've been affected by any of my items. I know Amy's is one of my team members. So if I forgot something, Amy, she will tell us. But I don't like going into the attic on my own. I must admit, particularly.
Oh, see, I live for those kind of things.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy doing the demon files, aka demon connections?
Yeah, if people don't know what we do, we are doing a series called the Demon Connections. We used to call it the Demon Files, but because that name has been took up by an American company before us, we've had to change it called the Demon Files. The Demon Files, because we question everything, because we're a research centre, we question everything. So we are questioning the beliefs of demons. Okay. So what we do with the Demon Connections show is each episode, Jane will invite a different demon to communicate with us.
Right.
They're fantastic. And I must admit, since we've started doing the Demon Connections, my whole thought of the paranormal's changed. To be honest, the demons have communicated with us, have given us so much information. More than any spirits have ever done. So I do love the Demon Connection show. To be honest, at the minute, sorry, go on.
I hear you won a Higgy Pop Award for your haunted connections.
Yeah, I've actually won 2. Well, me and Jane won the best live discussion show for the Haunted Connection show. That was Jane and myself. The year before, in 2019, I won the Paranormal Unsung Hero Award. So, which is nice. It's nice to be appreciated for what we do. We all work really hard up here.
And I think it's good that you are doing work with demons as well.
I think so. I think I think they're really important. It's changed my whole view on religion. I must admit, I'm not religious. If people are religious, that's entirely up to them. The demon connections. Yeah, the Demons Connections has changed my whole idea of the paranormal and life. So to me, that's how important they are, and we basically do them every other week. We used to do them live feeds, but we've changed that now. We record it, and we're going to make videos out of them. But we've still got so much more to learn, and it's just a shame that Hollywood has got hold of demons.
Has yeah,
Um,
and
and
yeah,
and our experience is it's completely changed that. It's turned everything on its head.
I have done some private reading throughout my work
Yeah,
in the paganism side of things,
yeah,
and actually, I've it wouldn't be very popular the things that I've been reading about,
hmm,
but it really changes your views on things.
yeah,
I don't want to get too in depth with it because I have come across demons before. When I was doing, it wasn't even an investigation. I was just led to a property, and he popped up and stayed with me for a little while. But how do you protect yourself and keep yourself safe when you're working with the demons?
Well, I have got a really good team working around me, and we're all different, but we're all on the same page with regards to protection. And we don't use any protection at all because we want to experience the full experience of it. We we all have complete faith in Jane, who's the medium of the centre. So if anything happens that that we get out of our control, we know Jane will be able to control the situation. So that's all the protection we need. We do go as far as we can, but we all know what we're letting ourselves in for. So
Yeah,
that's the way we work.
I think it's good to definitely, if you trust your team around you, I think it's good to try and go as far as you can.
Yeah,
I've done a little bit of trance. I can't say it's my favourite thing,
yeah,
um, but I am looking into it.
yeah.
So it just depends on who you've got around you.
Oh,
So
yeah, definitely.
Rachel's asking about your worst experience and what's been the funniest moment.
Possibly the worst experience was we got a little room we call the Chamber of Fear. It's big enough one. It's like an isolation room. You're surrounded by mirrors, and it is pitch black, so people can go in there on their own. If they want to take an object in, they can do. But in there, we've got a huge mirror. It must be 5 feet in height. And that was picked up and thrown and smashed with no one in the room. So that's possibly one of the
Wow.
scariest moments we've had. It sounded like a bomb going off. You could hear it all through the building. We caught it on camera, which is good.
I think I would have.
So that was possibly one of the scariest. One of the funniest moments was when an old team member of ours, she's since left the team. Um, Across the landing, there's two steps, but there's about a 2 foot gap between them. And she tried. We normally just step right over the gap, but she missed the step and went nose on the floor, and that was hilarious. But that was nothing paranormal. But um, yeah,
No,
that's
sometimes
probably
the most funniest time isn't to do with paranormal.
yeah.
My scariest moment was when my husband popped out from behind a mannequin on a hunt one night,
Mm.
and there was two other girls with me, and I nearly ended up flat against the wall.
Mm.
So that was everybody was screaming and giggling, but sometimes you need that kind of fun to pick the
Yeah,
energy up as well.
yeah. Obviously, some
So
people would think. Obviously, some people would think as working with demons would be scary. Um, but in our experience, we've not
No.
been scared. We've not been scared at all. We know. We just love doing them, and we find out, like I said, we find out so much information. They are fantastic, and at the minute, that's the
I
most
have
important.
heard.
That the demon connection is the most important thing that we're doing at the minute.
And do you not find that they say it how it is?
Sorry,
Because the
you
point.
you broke up really badly. Then I didn't hear you.
Sorry, they come straight to the point. Demons.
Yeah, I'm. Well, how you get some spirits. You know full well they're just leading you on. They're lying. Um, I have never felt that
Yeah.
at all with any of the demons. We've done about 20 now out of the 72. And if they don't want to answer a question, they'll just say learn. Or if we're not ready to know the answer to that question, they'll say learn. Uh, and I don't think they lie. They're not. I don't feel they lie to us at all. If they don't want to answer, they'll just say no.
Yeah. So you've been, is it in the top 6 of the Haunted Venues Awards?
Yeah. Last year we were the sixth. We were classed as the sixth most haunted building in the country. We're actually gone down to number 8 this year, which I don't
Wow.
understand why. I've got my own theories on that. Sometimes I think we are too honest. We don't exaggerate anything, like some places do sometimes.
Yeah.
At the minute, there's so many people are claiming that they got the most haunted doll in the country. I don't understand that. I don't understand how you can say one doll is more haunted than another. I don't understand that. So we never say that. I never say I've got the most haunted item in the country, because you just can't quantify it.
I'm going to let you, will you contact Sumerian deities like Nergal?
Well, David, I know David. Hi, David. The way we're doing it at the minute, we are going through the 72 Demons of the Lesser Key of Solomon book. And once we've done the 72 demons, we are going to go on to other areas. So, to be honest, I'll leave all that sort of research up to Jane, because Jane just reads and reads and reads. I imagine Jane will know all about that. So that will be a sort of a follow up to other sort of areas.
So Jane, sorry, I know Jane's not here.
No,
but Jane does meditation and open circles. So is that for anyone?
Yeah, she does an open circle in the big room. She does meditation. They are open to anyone, and they are really popular.
So are you able to just come in to the centre, or is it better to book?
We are only going to be open on a Saturday for tours, so you will have to book to come on a Saturday for a tour. And if you book in, you come, and one of the team will give you a proper tour of all the rooms, that sort of thing.
And now that we're getting quite a popular following, do you feel it's better that people can actually touch and feel energy? Would you be worried, say, about a beginner coming in and maybe it becoming a little bit too much for them?
I think it's important for people to touch.
Ever had day?
I think it's important for people to come and touch things and get into the energy. I think that's important. Um, I've got no doubts that anything that happens we can control. If we can't control, Jane will be able to control it. If Jane's not in the centre, she's only a phone call away, so she would come in anyway. But I think when people come to places like this, they want to experience the full experience. And if you do too much protection, you're limiting the experience that you're going to get. I've got no problems that people are going to take any of the spirits of the center are going to attach themselves to people, because the spirits of the center, they've got free will anyway, so they can go wherever they want anyway. But they are here. The spirits of the building are here because they want to be in the building, and the spirits connected to the items are here because the items are here. So they're always going to come back to the items anyway. So I don't think that's ever going to be a problem. Spirits following people home, that sort of thing, because they want to be here. If you communicate with any of the spirits of the center, they are all happy here because the way they're treated, they're all, even the nasty ones, they're all treated with respect. We talk to them like we are in their home. And I think they like that and they appreciate that.
Yeah, I feel that some places and especially some TV shows, they make it. I always feel it's like you're coming into their home, but you're shouting at them.
Yeah.
And demanding from to my house like that. I show you the door.
Yeah, if people come into my home, I expect them to treat me with respect. So people come into the centre, you are going into their home, so that's common decency to treat them with respect.
I always think that these people were human at one stage that are in your artifacts, and I always feel that people need to remember that sometimes, that they're all still got, they can all think for themselves. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
David saying, yeah, people love to be able to touch your arms, and
that was always
that.
Yeah, that was always important to me when I opened the centre. A lot of people, when I announced that the centre's opening, people they said, "I'm crazy not putting stuff behind glass. Things will get broken. Things will get stolen." Touch wood, nothing's ever been stolen. We've had an item broken, but that was an accident. So I think accidents will always happen. But if I had to put them behind glass, I don't think I'd bother doing it.
No, because you see in a lot of places and on TV that they're put in a room with crosses and how do you feel about the energies mixing? Oh, like you were saying at the start, how there's an old chair and she didn't like the doll. So do you find that you have to move things around and just get the right balance for everything?
Yeah, definitely you have to get the balance. Like I say, some items do have negative energy attached to them, so we try and keep them away from the items with children attached to them. So at the centre, you've got the good side of the paranormal, and then towards the back of the building, it's the darker side. And we do also believe there's a strong energy who stands at the doorway and stops the negative energies coming through towards the positive ones. So the balance is right, but I do like mixing it up though.
Yeah, because that's when you get your activity.
Yeah.
And I always find it strange when someone asks spirit to connect with them and then they run away screaming. And I'm like, run towards.
Yeah, I
It's
don't.
so unrealistic.
Yeah, that baffles me. But you get that on some of the old TV shows, don't you? They say, "Come on,
Yeah.
then do your worst," and then they touch them and they go screaming. But hey, that's up to them. I don't normally voice my opinions on many things, especially on Facebook. There's a lot of things I don't agree with that's going on in the paranormal. I don't voice my opinion. I voice my opinion to my wife and my team, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't get into any of the drama that goes on. I don't like it.
But that's
Unfortunately,
why para unity now is so important, because I think people come in to the paranormal because they've seen things on TV and they're coming for that experience.
yeah,
So say we're on an investigation and it's quite a quick night, they're all like, oh, when's it going to happen? And we're like, well, ghost or spirit they decide it's not up to us. We're just
well,
the
yeah.
vector.
You've also to me, you've also got to think that these spirits, these ghosts in the building, probably get asked the same question weekend after weekend,
Over.
same question.
Yeah.
Now, if that was me, I'd say, get lost, mate. I'm sick of that question now. You got to ask something different. And something else that really is a bit of a bug bite to me is when people say, "Can you tap on the table?" And something taps on the table and says, "Oh, that's great. Can you do it again?" All teams do it, but to me, if I was that spirit, say, "Look, mate, I've done it once. It was hard work. If you don't believe it's me, why should I
Yeah.
bother again?" But that's
It's
just
a
my
lot of
opinion.
energy.
I know all teams do it. I've done it as well myself. But when you think you have to put yourself in there in the spirit's position, that would
Yeah.
annoy me.
And I think we were talking about this subject last week, um, about supporting others and helping others. It would be good if we had somewhere where, people have been on an investigation and they left like notes of what they
Yeah,
caught, and only let a certain member see, like in your team, see it.
yeah,
So then if you get that, that's cooperation between
yeah,
one team and another team. And I think that's
yeah,
where we'll end up getting the results as well.
yeah. I agree. There isn't enough cooperation between the teams. Some teams are um, very secretive of the locations, very secretive of what they get, which is a bit of a shame. Obviously, some teams are just disregard completely. I'm not saying who they are, but they just do what they do. I don't take any notice of them. To me, they're totally irresponsible. Some things they do, but it's not. It'd be nice if other teams were cooperating a bit more. That's a little bit what the Parameet is all about. It's teams talking and getting to know each other, especially now because I think the location prices will shoot up next year because of the cost of
Yeah,
living. So small teams got not a cat and nails chance of going to some of these big locations. But if they meet other small teams, which has happened from the centre, two small teams met, got on, and thought they could work well together, and now they go investigating together. I think that's possibly a way forward for the paranormal because, especially with big locations, I dread to think what some of the
yeah.
prices are going to be next year because we're all going to feel the pinch. Um,
Oh, definitely.
but me at the centre, we're trying to introduce different things to make it affordable for teams to investigate. But we can't do everything. Teams have got to get to know each other and get working together. To be honest,
it's the one thing Martin always tried to promote is teams are all equal. We're all working together towards the same goal, and we should support each other.
yeah.
And I think that is the way forward, definitely.
Yeah, I think two of the biggest problems in the paranormal at the minute, one is ego, which is destroying the paranormal, in my opinion. Another one is people want to get on TV. They want the fame, but then that rolls into ego a bit. I've known people
Well,
change.
as you can see, I definitely do not want to be on TV because tonight has made me, I think, have hot flushes because of the microphone situation.
Yeah.
I was asked by, is it Ames, the
Ames,
doll
yeah.
Hannah? I was asked
Oh,
you about
the doll Hannah.
your
Okay, we've got
yeah.
we've got a doll at the centre called Hannah. She was one of the dolls that was sent to me, and it comes with a very detailed background. To me, she's one freaky doll. I don't know why. She just looks like a normal doll. But when she came to me, she came to my house, and I sat her on the settee, and I said to Julie, my wife, I said, I can't have that doll in the lounge. I just something about it, and this doll knows it. Jane has done some work with it, and Jane said the doll's weird. It's as if the doll is the spirit, which she's not come across before. So Anna, she has been caught moving on her own on camera before. She has actually kicked me once before. She knows I'm quite nervous about her, and a lot of people have said to me, I need to spend time on my own with her. There's no way I'm going to spend time on my own with that doll. But she's like Marmite. You either love her or hate her. I've known grown men come to the centre and just pick her up and walk round with her for a couple of hours.
My husband would
weird.
not be one of them.
She's
he does
normal.
Not like
All the other dolls, I don't mind. It's just this one doll. I will do something with her one day.
I used to have dolls, but I lived in a haunted house for a little while, and every night before I went to bed, I could see the doll move on my seat, and no one would believe me. So in the morning, the doll and the seat used to be out on the landing with the door closed. Just couldn't do it, and from then on, no, I don't like dolls.
You'll love the doll room if you come down to the centre then.
Oh, I'm definitely going to come down to the centre. I definitely would like to do the Devil's Den escape room.
Oh yeah, it's
100%.
I enjoy it because I've got CCTV cameras in the rooms the Devil's Den takes place, so I can watch and hear them. So it's hilarious to me.
Yeah, I'll probably be one of these people. So I hear you now have an app.
Yes, we do have our own app. The reason I developed the app, my eldest son Luke developed our own app. It's Facebook, to be honest, does my head in. I hate it, but unfortunately, as I've got a business, I do need it. So the app, the whole idea behind the app is I can move eventually once we get enough people download the app, which is $3.99 to download. It's a one-off fee, and it's on iOS and Android. So that is going to have all our links to everything we do on there. It's slowly building up, but I just want to use it as a way to come off Facebook because I hate it. But like I said, I have to have it. Amy just
Yeah.
says, would we like her to fetch the doll, Hannah? Would people like to see Hannah?
Yes, please.
I think that's a yes, Amy.
I
Amy's
love
in the
Hannah.
other room. Amy's in the other room, so
Yeah,
she'll run up and get Hannah.
that
We do
would
have a
be
team in
great.
tonight. We do have a team in tonight, but we have got Haunted Live in tonight. But I think she's running up to get her. I've just heard her.
So
So.
David is that Ego TV and money are destroying the paranormal because each person has to outdo the other.
Yeah, it's become a bit of a competition, I think. Everyone's out to get the best evidence, or everyone's out to have the most haunted doll. And I don't understand
you've got no fear on that one.
Well, at the minute, there's quite a few people saying they've got the most haunted doll in the UK. It's not something that we would ever say. To be honest, when teams come here, it's up to them.
It's not something you will ever hear me say.
No, I don't.
Strictly doll free.
Oh, here she is. Here's Amy. Here you go, Pops. Here's Anna. So this is Anna.
Yeah.
So as you see, she's a normal doll. And to be honest, I don't like holding her.
Headache.
She's a weird doll.
You know what?
I told him about when she kicked you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go on. Sorry?
Her face honestly looked like her face.
So that's you're breaking up a lot.
She's just
Wendy.
creepy.
She is creepy, isn't she? I'm going to move her now because I don't like holding her. That's Anna. She does freak me out. I don't know why. She just freaks me out. I think you're frozen, Wendy. Yeah, you're breaking up a lot.
Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. It's weird. My internet.
Playing up.
No, I don't like your doll. I think Hannah is a big no from me. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm sorry. It was almost like her face changed a little bit.
Yeah.
As you turned her right.
A lot of people have said that. So she's just sitting next to me now.
I can see you're not feeling.
I feel a little bit on edge, and if Amy's still watching, she can come and get her and take her back upstairs.
Do you know, it's quite funny because I've seen you move over. Just moved over a little bit just to.
Yeah. It's
so
yeah, I think Amy's coming together now, I think. Yeah, here she is. Yes, please take her away.
She's not that bad.
She's going.
You watch, you'll start being okay now.
That'd be funny if it is.
Oh, that was just madness. And her eyes look black.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever said like she had no eyes? Ooh.
Her eyes actually aren't all black. Her eyes are proper normal eyes, but on the screen they did look solid black, I must admit,
Yeah, she
which is
doesn't like
weird.
me, I don't think.
No, she had, the doll has got normal eyes like ours. So you got the black and the white around it, but I saw it on the screen and it was solid
Did
black.
anybody else? Did anybody else see her eyes go black, or was it just me and Neil? If I come down to your centre, Neil, I don't think I'd
Yeah.
like to meet Hannah
Do you
face to
not?
face. No,
Oh, yeah, but I'm a bit nasty, so I might put you in the chamber of fear on your own with her. No, I
I'd
wouldn't
do it.
really.
I would
I
do it.
wouldn't.
I am always. I will never say no if it's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's safe. She won't hurt you.
On live TV, I will say when we come down to your centre, I will go into the panic room with Hannah.
Okay.
I might come
She
out
just like
crying at the other side. But
she just likes attention. If people are giving her attention, she's happy.
so I didn't notice this, but this sounds great. Your course.
Yeah, Amy
Ames
Slane
is
is
saying
one of is she's one of the team, so she's here. So she brought Anna in. We are going to start doing candlelit tours. Because we do
that'll
tours on a
be
Saturday. We do tours of the centre on a Saturday. And if you got the lights on, it doesn't give the right effect. So we are going to start doing them as candlelit tours. Because people need to be scared, don't they? I think if you're walking around a haunted building with a candle,
do you do anything special for Halloween?
we will tend to do something ourselves, but I know we've got a team in over Halloween, so we have a team in, but we will probably go out somewhere and do some filming.
Yeah. So I hear also Eileen does meditation in an open circle, but I hear you also do Victorian seances.
We do seances as well. We do have a Victorian seance parlor, so we do seances in
that
there.
sounds
And that's interesting. We do find that during the seances, a lot of family members do come through, and when that happens, we also find that the spirits of the building will stay away. It's as if there's respect in the spirit world, as if you like. So the spirits of the building will say, "Well, it's your time to talk to your family member. They've come here. They've been drawn here for a reason." So the spirits of the building will stay away. Same as the demon file, a demon connection show. When we do the demon connections, all the spirits of the building stay away. They stand back, because it's not their time. Now, doing the demon connections, it's that particular demon's time.
Well, I am very interested in the demon side of things. It's always fascinated me. I suppose I get a lot of people that are interested in angels and angel healing and all that side of it because I work as a medium.
Yeah.
But obviously because I like to look into everything. I like to have the whole picture.
Yeah.
It's like when someone says to me, "Oh, you're a white." No, not any color.
No.
You know, I don't believe in the you have to be white, grey, or black.
Yeah.
I don't think there is a system like that.
No,
And it's like, it's balance.
yeah. I think that's another little fault in the paranormal. People get labelled. You know, you just mentioned you get labelled a white witch, or you get labelled a demonologist, or you get labelled a Satanist, and all this. There shouldn't be any. To me, there's no labels in the paranormal. You know, we don't just have human spirits at the center. We have spirit creatures up here as well. We've also had aliens up here as well. So
Yeah.
it's all connected anyway. You know, we have the Fae up here. We got a Fae area.
And elementals.
Yeah.
I've worked with elemental energy. It can be fun sometimes.
Oh, they can be nasty.
Yeah. So a little more just before. Oh, I didn't notice that you're writing a book.
No, I've actually
So
I released a book a couple of years ago called Mercurius and the Shattered Mirror. You can buy it on Amazon. When I get another stock in, you will be able to buy it from the centre as well. I've had a book out for a couple of years now. I am trying to
leave us the link. If you leave it on the Lincolnshire Spirit Seekers page.
Okay, thank you.
And yeah, you feel free to advertise your centre on there. 130 is the best page.
Yeah, there's a picture of Amy on page 100. There's a picture of Amy on page 130.
Okay.
She's uncontrollable.
But that's the best. It makes it more fun. You know, sometimes I think it's good to be serious, but it's also just go out and take everything as it comes. Some people are like, you've got to do this and you've got to do that.
Oh yeah,
It might not work that way. It's good to have a laugh as well.
We always have a laugh, because that's what life should be about, having a laugh. And to be honest, I think spirits appreciate that as well. You know, when I first started the paranormal, the medium I used to work with then said you had to be serious. You can't laugh, and I think that's wrong. Especially when teams go out, it's a hobby, isn't it? You know, what's the point in having a hobby if you can't have a laugh?
Yeah. I disagree. I go out regularly to centres, and I always say I like laughter, and I will bring spirit through just how they were when they were down here. They're not going to suddenly be all unicorns and sparks if they were crab, you know.
Yeah.
They're not going to change that. And laughter creates positive energy.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you can't talk, you can't do this.
Yeah.
So I do think that laughter builds it. I've got colds and she had that doll on here. She doesn't like me. Anyway, so Martin's asking, what is the book called again?
My book is called Mercurius and the Shattered Mirror.
Right. And just before we go, because I think you'll be fed up with all these questions.
No, it's good
if you
fun.
just like, I love it, especially Hannah. I've made a new friend. If you just want to, if you just want to tell us about your parameet that's coming up at Bosworth Hall on Saturday?
Yeah, the
I'm going to
parameet
be
is
there.
That's good. The parameet is this Saturday. It runs between 9 a.m. and 8 p.m. at Bosworth Hall in Market Bosworth, the location of the famous battle. It's only £5 to get in for the day. You get access to all the speakers. You get access to all the different stalls that are there. There's a room where you can just sit and talk and have a laugh and get to know people. And we got some amazing speakers like Richard Felix, Paul Goddard, Neil Story, Kate Ray to talk about the Fae. We got Kate Sherrill, Barry Frankish. I think Barry was watching earlier. Barry Frankish is doing a little talk as well, which would be nice to see Barry again. Not seen him for a long time. We just want it to be a celebration of the paranormal and get to know people, because we've all got friends on Facebook, haven't we? We've never met.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to meet people in person. That's the whole idea. And have a laugh. It's been a tough 2 years, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely been a tough 2 years. Ames is saying, aren't you writing another book?
Yeah, I am actually currently writing 4 books, 4 totally different books.
Wow.
And once we get through the Demon Connections, Jane and I will be writing a book on the Demon Connections as well. So we've got lots of reading coming up. And we're also doing lots of filming as well. We're going to do different experiments and different filming at the centre. And we want to go out to all the locations as well to do some filming.
Yeah.
So we've got lots and lots coming up. It's going to be a busy year next year, I think. As it stands, the parameet on Saturday is a one-off. I've got no plans to doing another one, but never say never. I think Wendy's frozen.
And asking, Martin's asking,
I think Martin's asking, are you coming on Amazon Prime with us? We've just had a quick chat about that. That's possible.
asking about your Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I think Martin asked me earlier before we came on about us being on Amazon Prime. So we'll see, possibly.
Yeah, it would be good if you could.
Yeah.
And bring Hannah on.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just for you.
Definitely. Sorry about this. I honestly don't understand my connection.
Yeah,
it's done this before.
It could be the spirit of the
weird.
center. It could be the spirit of the center interfering with what you say.
Possibly.
They do like to mess with some. There's one spirit in particular. He likes to mess with electronic stuff.
I
won't say him.
I'm not very good.
He's a famous man, but I won't say who he is. He likes to mess with electronics.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Hello.
I can imagine.
Hi.
Hi, Irene. This L.S.S. Anne. Hi, sorry for waking you. Can you hear me?
I'm kind of awake.
So sorry. Oh,
Gone.
Gone.
Come on, gone.
So that's us just about at the 60-minute mark.
That's good. Went quick.
Yeah, and you've got so much going on, and I actually looking forward to meeting you at the para meet.
Thank you. Yeah,
And
good to meet you as well.
come down.
Yeah.
Definitely going to come and do your Devil's Den escape room.
Yeah. The para meet's going to
With
be
Anna.
an amazing day with Anna. If you do the Devil's Den
Yeah.
escape room, I'll put Anna in there in the room especially for you.
Cool. Look forward to it. So sorry about my connection. I have no idea what was going on there.
It'll be interesting if it works perfectly okay for your next live feed.